recording. All right. Good morning, you guys. I'm sorry I can't be there. I have a meeting at the high school, actually trying to plan stuff out for you in your high school year. But today what we're going to do is just do something based on your digital place or putting yourself someplace new. So what you need to do is you need to think about, where could I go that would be fun to see? When you're doing a Google search, I'm going to ask that you are in Chrome specific. It helps being able to copy paste images. Now, you know me, I love my Starbucks. I'm going to go ahead and find myself a place where I can go. I think you should think about ways that you can make yourself large or small, whether you want to go on a vacation or a movie cover, that's all okay. Now, on my screen, you're going to see all these images of Starbucks, and they're really cool images. But the truth is, they're not free to use. I want you to be able to get an image that you can put on your Facebook page or Twitter account and not get in trouble for it. So we got to do a safe search. I'm going to go under advanced search, and there's two things that you got to pay attention to: size and your usage rights. For size, we want to make sure that we're not picking any icons because those images would be too small. So I want you to select anything larger than 640 by 480. Here, all those pictures, they were not filtered. We need to find one that we can use, share, that means put it on the web, or modify, as in we're going to alter it and put ourselves into it. All right, let's see what kind of cups I can find. All right. There's all sorts of cups that I can work with. I'm going to go ahead and show, let's see which one I want to pick. Had one in mind. All right, let's use this one. Okay. So this image right now is actually an icon. It's not a large image. I want to go to view image. And here's what I want you to do next. We've got this open. I want you to go to your Google Drive. I want you to create a new document. And I would like you to title it, up here, you got to click on that. I would like you to title it Photoshop Place, just so you can refer to it. Now, like I said, we are going to do everything legit. So we want to make sure that we are citing our sources. And this is how we're going to do it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this image and I'm going to hold and hover over Photoshop Place, Google Doc. And it may take a while to come in. Now, some of you may find yourselves in a situation where your picture doesn't want to load. What just happened? If you find that you are picking a picture that doesn't want to load, then you need to make sure you at least get this. Highlight the top, which is your URL. I'm going to copy and paste into my document. There we go. So I am ready to move on. This is what you're going to need for next class when I teach you how to cite your sources. All right, as I am working on this, I am now going to go back to my original image. And this is the easiest way to get your image into Photoshop. And drag and hover over Photoshop. It's going to drop right in. Now, when it does drop in, it is literally going to be the size that you, that the artist that took the picture made it, which means it could be a 5x7, it could be an 8x10, it could be an 11x14. And we are going to be specific. So we're going to go to File, New, and we're going to title it Last Name Dash Place. And I'm looking at my photo right now, and it is wider than it is tall, so I'm going to go width is 10, height is 8, my resolution is 300. Looks good? Okay. All right, so students say to me, whoa, Mrs. Moore, where did my picture go? If you look at my screen, I've got my two tabs open, the image tab and the tab that I want to work on. I'm going to click back to my, and you can go back and forth between them, but here's my image. I'm going to use this rectangular marquee tool, and I'm going to select the parts. I don't want to use the little cups, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab from here to here, and I'm going to hit Command-C for copy. I'm going to click onto more. I'm going to hit Command-V for paste, and whoop, there it is. Now, it doesn't fit my screen, so I want to pay attention to that. So edit, transform, scale. I hope you're thinking, all right, this looks like a review. I understand a lot of this. When I stretch out my image, of course, it's going to get pixelated. And here's some other things I want to point out. I don't like seeing these handles. So I'm actually going to drag my photo so I don't see those anymore. The other thing that I want to point out is I don't need to see the bottom shelf. I want to put myself in these mugs. So I want more space up top. All right, I got my cups where I want them. I'm gonna hit return. It's gonna get it got cleared up. Looks good. Now, when I look at my layer here, I wonder why these are, let's do layer. I'm in the middle of the command. I wonder what's happening. I'm in, I got it, yeah. All right. Right here, I've got this white. I want to fill it in. When I look at my layers here, I've got my background and my layer 1. All I have to do is click on my background, and we're going to go to the black paint. Looks good. I want to make sure I'm on my paint bucket. I got to make sure my background layer is checked, and I'm going to paint it in, and now I have more space to put myself. For demonstration purposes, I already took my photo. I gotta tell you, this is not the best photo. The lighting wasn't right, and I would like you to pay attention to that. I was in photo booth, and I'm gonna click and drop my picture in. Now, look at where my picture is. I've got background layer 2. I want my picture on top, because if I were to work with this space, whoops, edit, step backwards. If I were to look at this space, I want to move it around and put it on top of here, and it's just not in the right spot. So I'm gonna grab my layer, and I'm gonna go up and drag it over layer 1. So there I am. Okay, look at my screen. I want to make sure that I'm using my whole space. So I'm going to go view fit on screen. And looking down here, I'm at 32% for working on this. I'm going to go ahead and put myself at 50% so I can see everything a little bit better. Actually, should we go ahead? I'm going to make it a little bit larger. Let's go to 65%. All right. I need to erase me. So here I am, gonna grab my eraser, pay attention to the brush size. I'm gonna use my hard edge to begin with to get rid of this extra stuff. For demonstration purposes, I'm going quickly because I wanna make sure that you have time to work. I'm gonna go ahead and I wanna cut this part that's underneath. Now when I look at my photo, I think to myself, wow, it really looks like a mouse was like just gnawing at my picture. I need to make sure that I soften these edges better. And I'm going to expect that you guys do that. So I'm going to go ahead and then turn my brush to a soft brush. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so I have more control and just kind of clean up the edges. Now it doesn't look perfect, but you get the idea of what I'm doing here. When I look at this, I gotta put myself and place myself in this image, but I'm noticing my elbow doesn't want to rest here. This elbow is too high. So simple solution, edit, transform, rotate. And I'm actually gonna rotate my picture. Oh, if I hit the corners, there we go. I'm gonna hit, let's see if I can scooch it down a little bit lower. A little bit lower, hit return. I have some more erasing to do. There we go. I can clean this up a little bit, but you can get the idea or gist. If I were to zoom back out to look at it at the 33%, you can see me hanging out in that cup. So where do you want to put yourself? How and what do I expect from you at the end of the hour? I expect you to find an image. I expect that you can put it in your Google Doc. I expect that you can take a photo in photo booth, and then you can start working in your space a little bit more. I'll keep on playing with this and show you my final copy when I see you in class next. Thank you so much for watching.